Time for the second shot into the third. This one's going right at the pin here. That was exactly what the doctor ordered.
Almost a gimme birdie there, Luke. Fantastic.
Currently 2 under for the event. This one looks to be headed towards the fairway. Henny, what's the player facing here?
Setting up here from about 165 yards.
Quality shot, that one. This putt will move them to 3 under par. Just didn't drop. 3 feet to go here to the hole. In she goes. Let's head to the next. Why don't we catch up with Brooke Henderson?
She's currently in 4th place.
What's in front of them, Henny, with this putt?
Careful not to leave this one short. It's back uphill and nothing worse than leaving an uphill putt short.
Our leader is enjoying a 3-stroke advantage. The 5th hole here at Emery Beach Golf Club is 172-yard par 3 from the back tees. Rich, what are your thoughts?
Look, the water on the left-hand side really is just there for decoration. Doesn't come into play. The difficult part, though, is this green sits well above the fairway there on the left-hand side. Most players are going to be bailing out, not wanting to go in that bunker to the right, but you miss it out to the left. You got a really challenging up and down.
This putt of about 7 feet to the hole. Ooh, right by the hole. It's just about 3 feet away. That was a top-level approach shot, but unfortunately they walk off the green with a par. And still in top spot after that hole. Keep it going. Welcome to this hole. It's a par 5. This looks to be a fairway seeker to me. Second shot here on the 6th. That was wonderfully done. And now over to Brooke Henderson's next shot.
She's currently trailing her rival. Let's see what happens here. Got great connection here. Yeah, this is looking good.
Oh, well played.
Ooh, tasty little pitch shot. Gets it to go. Fist pumps all around.
Ooh, that almost went down. Always love these opportunities, especially when it's for birdie. And there's no movement on the leaderboard after that hole. Setting up now on a par 4. Good shot there. That's a fairway finder for sure. And taking aim from around 100 yards here. Looks like they're going with the pitching wedge. This is looking pretty good in the air.
Wow, very aggressive play on this approach, putting some pressure on their rival, Brooke Henderson.
Didn't quite get the approach close enough, so a long putt in front of them. Ooh. Okay, let's get back to the action. Pretty straightforward 4-footer coming up here.
All right, guys, this for 2 birdies in a row.
And that should secure the par on this one. In the end, that will be a disappointing par after such a great approach shot. Our current leader is up by a whopping 7 shots now. We find ourselves on a par 3 here. A great shot here at the 8th, and a chance for birdie. There's part of about 6 feet coming up.
He's staring down a birdie putt here.
Leading by... This hole is a par 5.
That dog will hunt.
Playing from around 240 yards. Looks like they've got the 5-wood. Well, got some sort of streak going on here. Greens in regulation. What a statistic.
Always like the aggressive play, going for it in 2 and get rewarded for it.
Well, I'm not sure if this is a highlight, but let's take a look at this from a moment ago.
Did they really just do that? They putted in the bunker? Shame on them.
Not afraid to go deep. This putt's for 6 under par. Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? Putting for birdie. Mark it down. That's birdie number 5.
2 in a row there, Luke, getting their groove on.
So, Rich, give us a halftime report.
I got to say, every facet of this player's game was in great shape today. Lots of golf yet to be played. Looking forward to watching it.
Oh, well done. And they're playing from about 140 yards out. They're not a bad shot, that one. All right, Henny. What's he got in front of him here with this putt?
He's looking at around 14 foot, I'd say.
The old-fashioned hammer hands. That'll ruin any putter's stats. Okay, steady now. This is a bogey putt coming up. Well, the leader giving a little hope for the rest of the field there as they put down a bogey on the scorecard. And with that hole behind them, they currently lead ahead of Tiger Woods, who's second. That really puts the leader way out ahead of the rest of the pack, and it's only the first round. Looks to be going with a hybrid here. This one might need to set. Oh, that looked good the whole way. Was thinking a hole in one. Why don't we catch up with Brooke Henderson?
She had a bad previous hole, came off with bogey.
And this putt is for a big 2 on the scorecard. Oh, just missed. And after that effort, this is how the field is shaping up. Here we are, Rich, on the 12th tee at Emery Beach. And this par 5 is at 550 from the back tees.
And what a hole this is. Bunker down the right-hand side comes into play if you really mishit it. But the one right in the center, that little zit, I tell you what, that is going to make some players angry. I can promise you that. If you avoid all that, second shot, fairly straightforward. Anything bailing out to the right is going to lead to a really simple pitch shot for your up and down birdie.
And here we are with the third shot. Oh, come on, sit. Oh, my goodness. 7 feet to the cup.
This for a birdie run.
That one raced by. Bit of work coming back. In she goes. Let's head to the next. And looking at the standings now, and they're currently in first place, ahead of Tiger Woods, who's second. They say the 13th is an unlucky number, but I don't see it for you. The tee is yours. And after a par at the last, chance to maybe take a step in the right direction here. Sitting at 5 under for the day. Outright first here. Oh, you beauty. An eagle.
What a play from the rough. Was hoping to get on the green and does one better. Luke, love it. Let's take another look.
Perfect distance, perfectly judged, and look at that. Straight in the hole.
And now over to Brooke Henderson's next shot.
There she is, third place.
It's time to tee off here at the 14th hole.
Nice hole, the last one, coming off that eagle. Let's see what's in store for us now.
Sitting at 7 under par for the day. Currently leading. Opting for the 5-iron. Outstanding approach shot. Lining up the birdie putt here. He's making this look easy. Keeps surging ahead. And that will take him to 8 under. And with that hole behind us, they're currently in the lead with Tiger Woods in second place. Time to face a par 4.
Luke, this player coming off a birdie on the last hole, getting some momentum going their direction.
This one might just sneak off the fairway. Henny, how bad is this lie?
The perfect lie in the sand doesn't exist. Oh, yes, it does. It's sitting good.
Well struck. Right on 4 feet. Should make this one.
Looking for another birdie here.
That's a good make in the end. Certainly helped them fight back from a difficult position.
And that'll put a little pep in your step, up and down from the bunker, in for the birdie. Good job.
So, still currently in the lead after that hole, but Tiger Woods is lurking in second place. There's always a sense of excitement striding onto the tee of a par 3 hole. Chosen the pitching wedge here. This should play. Oh, well played. Into birdie range here at the 16th.
And as good as they putt, you almost have to guarantee this one.
Getting ready to play their third. Oh, that one just... Oh, what a way to finish. Carding an eagle on the final hole. What a beauty. Just 3 feet to the cup. That's inside the range. And maintaining top spot on the leaderboard after that. Emery Beach Golf Club is another one of these courses, Rich, that has a short par 4 at 17th.
It does. As you can see, a massive bunker down the left-hand side. So players really want to bail out to the right and leave themselves with just a nice, short little pitch shot. Only the brave and the longest are really going to want to challenge this green. A great opportunity for one final birdie.
Oh, my.
Hard to believe you could be that accurate from so far away.
What an opportunity to make a birdie. Why don't we catch up with Brooke Henderson?
Yeah, she's down, she's behind, her rivals scooting ahead. Let's see what happens.
It doesn't matter how you hit it if you can hold putts like that. That's a super shot to get a spot in the top 10 with. Teeing off here at the lucky last, the 18.
Oh, that was pummeled into submission.
This shot coming from around 220 yards. Opting for the hybrid, I think. Sadly, this one will make a splash. Playing their fourth shot.
This one is all over it.
That was a beauty.
Gotta like their chances from there.
And if this can go down, he'll save par. Steady on. 3 feet to go here to the hole. And that will do it for this player today. Well, how good's that golf? All day just looked in complete command of their game.
And it's their tournament to lose tomorrow, Luke. All eyes will be focused solely on that player.
Well, that's all we've got time for today. On behalf of myself, Luke Elvey, Rich Bean, Henny Koyak and John McCarthy, plus all the hard-working folks behind the action at 2K Sports, thanks for tuning in. Look forward to your company next time. 2K Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, is delighted to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Northern Shore Open is about to begin. Pleased you could join us for this final round action. Luke Culby here with Rich Beam in the booth. And Rich, it's the final round in this one. What's our next player dealing with as they start their round?
Even with this massive lead, there is no lead large enough, I have to say. It's a very uncomfortable situation because there's only one place to go, and that's down. So this player has got to be aware of that, go out and try and play as rock solid the first 3 or 4 holes as humanly possible to continue that lead.
Certainly excited to see how today plays out, Rich. And let's see what he can do here today. Wonderfully played. And what's in front of them there, Henny?
He's got about 140, I'd say.
Hope it gets a good kick to the left. A wonderful shot and a chance for birdie here on the first.
Nearly doesn't get any better than that. Amazing shot.
That was a narrow miss. Putting for a par here. He sits in first position. And I don't know if the rest of the field is up for catching them here today in this final round of action. Time to tee off at the second. Choosing the 9-iron here.
He seems to have zero regard for the fact that he's playing against a multiple major champion here. Just firing off approach shots like that. Wow.
Sitting at -11 overall. Pretty sure this player will be buoyed by that birdie back at the last. Let's see if they can deliver another one.
No harm, no foul there with that shot.
Second shot here on the third. Well, that's beautifully judged. A chance for a birdie if this goes down. And with that hole behind them, they currently lead ahead of Tiger Woods, who's second. And they'd be feeling buoyed with confidence after that birdie. Here's a good chance to maintain the momentum. Nicely done. Henny, what have they got in front of them here?
Yeah, he's about 155 from this whole location. Wow, that drive. Incredible stuff. Over 300 yards. Huh.
Well, Rich, think they can make this one?
Luke, I gotta say, I don't like their chances. I have been wrong once before, but I really can't remember when that was. Let's go to our man John on the ground. There's something brewing down there. Let's find out what it is.
Hey guys, we are down here checking in with the Canadian Brooke Henderson as she gets set here for her next shot on the 16th.
Let's take a look at the leaderboard. Ooh, I always love these holes. Here we have a par 3. And after a par at the last, a chance to perhaps signal some intent. Well, good looking shot here. That's headed towards the green. Yeah, well played. A look to get to 13 under par.
Little birdie looking here.
Oh, so close. It's just about 3 feet away. And the putt drops, and we're moving on. Currently in first position. Oh, looking to make a statement here. Going with driver off the tee.
Stonking drive there.
Time for the second shot here at the 6th. Yeah, that's a great play, Rich. Not quite on the dance floor, but a mighty drive.
What a sensational play on this par 5 there, Luke.
Always nice when you can just go ahead and tap one in for birdie. Still in the lead now after that hole. And now teeing off on this par 4 hole.
Nicely done.
Second shot here on the 7th. Nice shot that. That should find the surface. A wonderful shot here at the 7th and sets up another birdie chance. This putt here to get to 14 under the card.
This for back-to-back birdies.
You know, Luke Donald once made all 400-plus attempts inside 3 feet on the PGA Tour. And staying right where they were in today's rankings after that. Opting for the 6 iron. All right, facing a little up and down here to save the par.
Nicely done. Good chip shot.
Pretty good chance here. This one's for par. And with that hole behind us, they're currently in the lead with Tiger Woods in second place. Love the long holes. Welcome to the par 5. Yeah, that one will play. Second shot here on the 9th. Well, take notes, folks. That's how you do it. 9 feet to the cup. Ouch, that hurts. Oh, this will be good for the momentum. Let's make this birdie putt. And with that, that's their 4th birdie. It's a lofty position this player has held all tournament, but what a buffer they've built with just 9 to play.
Absolutely. You dream of being in this position, ahead by a bunch with just a few holes to go. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the view.
That's a bit out of shape. Henny, what does that lie look like?
You can get great connection on this one. The rough's not going to cause any trouble. It's sitting good.
That might be one club too many. And this putt is for birdie 3 on the scorecard. Yeah, that looked to be a bit of a misread. Just a 4-footer remaining.
Better than most.
That's well holed. Currently 14 under for the event. Teeing off now at the 11th hole. Going with the hybrid. That's a good shot by him. He'll be delighted.
Would need something special to happen to get the birdie here.
Oh, what a shame. That would have been a nice one to hole. A good opportunity here, just 6 feet to the hole. Now, nice to make a mid-range par putt. So, still currently in the lead after that hole, but Tiger Woods is lurking in second place. We have a par 5 on this one.
And what a hole this is. Bunker down the right-hand side comes into play if you really mishit it, but the one right in the center, that little zit, I tell you what, that is going to make some players angry. I can promise you that. If you avoid all that, second shot, fairly straightforward. Anything bailing out to the right is going to lead to a really simple pitch shot for your up and down birdie.
And here we are with the 3rd shot. That's a well-played chip shot there.
judging it beautifully.
Tapping in for the birdie. And still in top spot after that hole. Keep it going. Always positive coming off a birdie. Let's see what happens here. Good shot there, Beamer. From about 100 yards. Great looking shot, this. This is beautiful to watch.
Another green in regulation. This is an absolute clinic.
A putt here to move to 16 under par.
All right, guys, this for 2 birdies in a row.
He's currently sitting in first place. And after a birdie at the last, they'll take the honour on the hole. Nicely done. Playing this shot from about 170 yards out. Opting for the 9-iron. Outstanding shot. High quality. What's in front of them, Henny?
Straight back up this hill. Can be firm here.
Not sure if they understood the lie of the land there, Rich. And this putt coming up for his par. And looking at the standings now, and they're currently in first place, ahead of Tiger Woods, who's second. It's time to begin this par 4 hole. That's not the one he wanted. And he's down there.
Setting up here from about 155. Nice out the rough here.
Well, that'll work. Up on the dance floor. Could have been worse. Putting for birdie here. A bit too much pace on that one. Okay, Henny. What's he looking at with this putt?
He's 13 feet out. Unlucky for some.
Quality golf continues now, 16 under par, heading down the stretch.
And nice to have that cushion heading down the last few holes.
Managing to maintain their position on the leaderboard.
3 holes remaining, Luke. This is getting awfully fun.
Going with the 8-iron here. Well, this one's right at the pin. That's a great shot here at 16. It sets up a chance for birdie. That's a lovely putt to make for birdie. Take some pride in that one. And this is quality play, still on top of the leaderboard.
2 holes to go, Luke. Can they hang on?
Looking to ride the momentum after coming off a birdie here with this shot.
Really hoping they play this one aggressively.
Oh, well played. Second shot here on the 17th hole. Oh, what a shot by our leader. Now this putt to get to 18 under par.
This is what they have left for birdie here.
Don't want to state the obvious, Rich, but a little too hard, that one. Yeah, well hold. Let's move on to the next. And now that finds him in first place. Here we go, Rich. We're at the lucky last, teeing off the 18th hole. That's nicely done. Lining up from about 230 yards here. Looks to be going with a hybrid here. Good sounding strike, that one. Well, that's showcasing their power there, Rich.
It's amazing to see how good this player is in full flow.
And in goes the winning putt. What a moment, Rich.
Backing up the Brinks truck once again this week. Filling it up.
That shot so good, we need to have another look.
They got their putting boots on here. Look at how this ball rolls end to end. Thing of beauty.
And wow, what a rivalry that was. Let's recap some of the results. Well done, Henny Koyak. Thanks for joining us on course today.
Luke, thank you so much. I'm not sure anyone enjoyed watching these incredible rivalries out on the course more than me. A pleasure, as always, to tread the fairways.
On behalf of myself, Rich Beam, and all the hard-working folks at 2K Sports, thanks for tuning in, and see you next time.
this week's featured group, what a pairing. These two, they've been going back and forth at each other. There is quite the budding rivalry here.
Well, Henny, it sounds like this player is looking to beat Lydia Ko, which, let's be honest, will take all their skill and poise.
Oh, absolutely. This will be a certain KO for this player. I can't imagine that Lydia's going to let anybody beat her. When we talk about young phenoms, Lydia comes to mind. She's got it all.
Ding, ding, ring that bell. Let the bout begin. Yep, give yourself a pat on the back. And take us through the approach shot. It's not easy to run the ball onto the green.
It's not. Your approach shot has to come in high and soft with a lot of spin, as there's just not much depth to this green. Not much movement either, fairly flat, although there is a ridge that bisects this green in two. You want to make sure that you're on the correct side of that ridge to have a good opportunity to make the putt.
Oh, Rich, is there anything more disappointing setting up what you'd think is a makeable birdie putt, but unfortunately not able to convert? Checking the standings now, and they're currently tied for first with multiple major champion Colin Morikawa. Going with the 5-iron here. This one needs to kick left. Now that looked pretty good the whole way.
Would need to make a long putt to secure a birdie.
Why don't we catch up with what Lydia Ko's up to?
She's trying to pull ahead in this group rivalry. Let's see what happens.
And back to the course with the live action. And Henny, what are they looking at here?
All right, down the hill here. Got to be gentle.
Oh, he's up, Tiger. Oh, 13-footer coming up here.
This is what they have left for par here.
And there it is. So no movement on the leaderboard, remaining at even overall. Rich, the first exposure to the famous lake here at Arnold Palmer's Bay Hill Club and Lodge is the third.
There's a lot of intimidating tee shots on this golf course, Luke. This could be number one. Water down the left-hand side, you obviously want no part of, but if you miss it right in the rough, that is very gnarly and nasty to come out of. The green works away from the player, moving from right to left. The miss is out to the right, but watch out. It's awfully quick coming down that green. Don't chip it or putt it in the water.
That's very impressive.
Oh, that settles the nerves right there. Great stuff.
Currently 1 under for the day. The first of the par fives, Rich, the fourth hole.
Yes, Luke, you got out of bounds on the right-hand side. That shouldn't come into play for the players, but those bunkers down the left-hand side certainly will. If you get a good tee shot away and you find the fairway, the second shot uphill to this par 5, you can reach, but still lots of trouble lurking around this green.
Now switching our focus to Lydia Ko.
Well, she's got that 4th place spot now.
Here's Lydia Ko. Going with the 9-iron, I think. She's played that one nicely. Will it be able to get out of this one?
They'll have to get their best bunker technique out here because this is nasty.
A chance to move to a couple under the card with this putt.
Looking for another birdie here.
Was on a good line. And that puddle drop. Well done. Now 4 shots up after that hole. The 5th at Bay Hill is the shortest par 4 on the front 9, measuring just under 400 yards. Ridge, placement off the tee, critical here.
It is. It plays straight downhill the entire way, so most players not taking driver out and challenging those bunkers. Lay up short of those, and you'll have a short shot to a green that once again chases away from you at the back end of it.
Well, that's comfortably on the dance floor. Well played. That's an absolute ripper. What a shot. This putt about 11 feet in distance. And he just keeps putting a gap on the rest of the field. What a putt to hole. And that will take him to 2 under. why don't we catch up with what Lydia Ko's up to?
She made bogey, gave one back on the last hole.
It's fair to say that putt got away from them, didn't it? So after that effort, let's take a look at the leaderboard. Our leader is up by a whopping 6 shots now. Now we head to the famous par 5 6th Rich. A lot of players are thinking birdie, maybe even eagle.
Out to the right, most definitely the widest part of the fairway, just left of the left-hand bunker out there. We'll leave a layup out to the right, and then you just have a short pitch on from there. This is a really solid birdie opportunity.
Oh, I like the courage here, Rich, getting after this par 5 in 2.
As they should. What a play. Hopefully they'll be rewarded for that play.
Just 3 feet to go to the hole. Don't miss this. They can be costly.
This for a birdie run.
Our current leader is enjoying a 7-stroke advantage. Let's have a look at the 7th hole, a par 3.
Finally, you have a green that pitches back towards you ever so slightly, Luke, but still coming into it with a good 6-5 iron from 195 yards. It's still a difficult task to get it close.
Ooh, right by the hole. No, that's too bad. 7 feet to the cup. Just didn't drop. Putting for bogey. And that was a bogey by our leader, so the rest of the field feeling a little opportunity here to close the gap. And Henny, what is she looking at here for this putt?
She's got to be careful this doesn't run away from her here. It's downhill.
Yeah, fair effort. Let's take a look at the leaderboard. Our current leader is enjoying a 6-stroke advantage. The par 4 8th Rich, challenging tee shot and approach.
Love this tee shot here, Luke. The fairway camber is pretty good from right to left, kicking the golf ball towards that bunker. So make sure to take one less club off this tee. From there, you make sure that you take enough club for your second shot to carry the front edge. If not, that golf ball will come falling back off the green into the drink.
Attaboy, good shot. Now switching our focus to Lydia Ko.
Coming off a bogey on the last hole.
Oh, that's too bad. You'll have to settle for bogey there. Oh, that's frustrating. Well, that's a bit disappointing. It's just about 3 feet away. That's tracking. Leading by a whopping 7 shots after that one. Let's take a look at the final hole on the front 9, the 9th, and what a tough tee shot it is.
It is it ever. Players want to avoid the bunker down the left-hand side, so inevitably they push it out to the right-hand side, into the rough, into the trees. Now they've got really very little chance of reaching the green in 2. So this is probably the most difficult tee shot on this front 9, and one they have to find the fairway with.
This one from about 160 yards out. You liked that, didn't you? Scorecard filled with threes never hurts. Good putt to make this. Remember, there's 2 important parts of a putt. Line and length. Too much length on that one. Time now for the 4th shot. Didn't that look good for a long time? This one for bogey. Well, they say a bogey pleases someone. The rest of the field buoyed now after that drop shot by our leader. As we step into the second 9 here, Rich, and the short par 4 10th.
Players have looked at this hole differently over the years. It used to be just a layup shy of that bunker down the right-hand side. But with a favorable wind, we're seeing a lot more players take out driver and take it over that bunker, leaving a very short second to a green that is slightly elevated.
What a skillful approach shot. This player not holding back in their rivalry with Lydia Ko.
Here's Lydia Ko. Oh, almost went in. Let's get back to it, shall we? Just 6 feet between he and the hole. Ooh. This is a par putt. Now that's got to be frustrating. Hit such a great approach shot in, but wasn't able to convert. Now 8 shots in front. The par 4 11th resembles the par 4 third, doesn't it? The big lake on the left-hand side.
It does. It just has a little more landing room here on the left-hand side, however. But if you lay back, be prepared to go in with a long iron. If you take the driver out and successful, you now turn this challenging hole into almost a birdie opportunity.
And what are we looking at here, Henny?
I can see the 125-yard marker just nearby.
Looks to have opted for the 8-iron. Well played, mate. Trying to get to 2 under with this putt.
This is their look at birdie.
Appears to have overcooked this one. This putt's about 4 feet from the hole. Solid par putt, that. Our leader really starting to gap the field now. Their advantage is 9 shots. And the 12th hole, Rich, similar to the 4th hole. Arnold Palmer is really starting to mimic front and back 9s.
He does. It's kind of the same thing. Out of bounds out to the right. You got to avoid both those bunkers there, both right and left. You find the fairway. Again, second shot slightly uphill to a green that sits above you. One of the big dangers here, though, is going long. That is a big no-no to miss it long on this 12th. This one looks to be on a pretty good line.
Oh, I love this type of courage, Rich. Going forward in 2.
Using all of his muscles to get that one home in 2.
And this putt to move into the top 5. Okay, steady now. Henny, you've had the chance to have a look over this one?
Well, he's got a real outside chance here. 29 feet.
Didn't quite have the right stuff there. This one's for birdie. And that's their 4th birdie of the day. And with it, he'll move to a couple under par. Our current leader is enjoying a 10-shot lead. Well, the leader put their foot down early today and has moved to a whopping double digits lead. And it's only the first round. Well, that's a handy shot. Second shot here on the 13th. This one is right down the pipe. 8 feet to the cup.
All right, guys, this for 2 birdies in a row.
What a disappointment. Job done. Let's head to the next. This player must be in heaven. Their lead is now 11. Looks to be going with the 5-iron. Okay, that'll work. Oh, this will be a big putt to make. The birdie always nice, but particularly when it's a 2. That was a gallant attempt. And down it goes. Why don't we catch up with what Lydia Ko's up to?
She's currently trailing her rival. Let's see what happens here.
Oh, just missed. Let's take a look at the leaderboard as it stands. We get into the closing stretch here at Bay Hill, the 15th, the par 4.
Strong par 4, dog legs from left to right. Don't miss it out to the right in that bunker. Not only are you hitting your second shot out of the trap, but also you've got some magnolia trees to deal with. This is a very difficult fairway to find because that fairway does chase away from you just over that bunker. This is a very strong par 4.
Okay, time to return to the action. Do you like the view from where you're standing, Henny?
He's looking at perhaps 175, I'd say.
And choosing the 8-iron here. You love watching people play the game when it's like this. It looks so easy.
I tell you, you just dream about days like today. Greens and regulation, spot on all day. Awesome.
Just missing the birdie there. That's a shame. And as they leave that hole, Rich, you'd imagine a little bit frustrated after such a great shot in. Well, with that good play, this person is now in first on the leaderboard, with Colin Morikawa in second. Oh, that's a high caliber shot. Taking aim from about 170 yards. Choosing the 9-iron here. Getting ready to play their third. So much easier when you roll like that, isn't it?
You better believe it is. Great stuff to watch.
Still in the lead now after that hole. The par 3 17th, Rich, has got a wonderful atmosphere around it. Looks visually quite stunning, but my word, it's a brute.
This hole causes more stress for the players, I think, than any other hole on the golf course, with possibly the exception of number 3. This green is nearly impossible to find as it is so firm historically through the years. You find the green, you make your 3, and you're smiling earlobe to earlobe.
This putt just 5 feet away from the hole. Ouch, that hurts. Well, that's disappointing. This putt's for double. Now switching our focus to Lydia Ko.
She's currently in 4th place.
Let's take a look at Lydia Ko, shall we? Oh, what a super shot.
What an amazing play out of the greenside bunker. Up and in the hole. Nicely done.
Rich, as we head to the finishing hole here at Bay Hill, a famous finishing hole, so much drama over the years, predominantly by the great Tiger Woods. But most of the drama starts off the tee.
It does. This is actually a semi-blind tee shot. There's a mound down the right-hand side of the fairway where you can't see the golf balls land, so players won't know whether they found the fairway or missed it right or even out on the left-hand side. Most iconic moments in all of golf, in my mind's eye, Robert Gomez holding his second shot here back in 1990 to claim the title.